Hello and welcome back to Stomp City, where today I will be bringing you part 3 of the new features for TEW 2016. Without further ado, we'll just go straight into it. Firstly, we have the advanced web search, which is something that I think will be very useful, where we can search for a worker by either default names, by something mentioned on their biography, contract names, contract biographies, title histories, alter ego names, alter ego biographies, or their tag team name. This saves a lot of time trying to research what someone is actually called in the game, where, say for example, Bray Wyatt, you want to search for Bray Wyatt, but you don't know his real name is Wyndham Rotunda. You can't actually find him in the database at the minute. But with this search tool, we'll be able to find anyone within the game that we don't know of their original name. Which is, I think this is a really good addition. I think it's, long due, to be honest. Secondly, we have a small update for match types where we now can have 3 versus 3 versus 3. So a 9-man tag match, which is, I suppose, yeah, why not? Apparently a lot of people asked for it, so I suppose that's all right to have. Next up, we have the 2013 to 2016 converter. To confirm, TEW 2016 will continue the tradition of having a converter that turns a database from the previous game into one for the current version. Furthermore, this one has been enhanced to automatically find and fix some minor errors that may be in some mods, and will also have a best guess to fill in some of the new pieces of data to save the mod maker some time. So obviously that's nothing but good as well. There's a lot of good mods for 2013 and 2005 as well, and 2003, so they can all be converted using each individual game. So obviously, yeah, that's a good one, and as expected as well, to be honest. Then we go to themed website, purely a fun little cosmetic touch, but on certain dates, including Christmas, New Year, Halloween, the in-game website has custom themed skins to reflect the time of year. So obviously we've got the TEW.com on the homepage of the game, sort of thing. So this will be themed now, sort of like how Google changes their logo to fit certain things. So yeah, that makes sense. Hopefully we can sort of add our own as well with a custom date. And this also makes me wonder whether we're actually getting a full calendar rather than just week 1 of January, week 2 of January. Because how would it know it's the 25th of December, sort of thing? Unless throughout December we've got the Christmas one, throughout January we've got New Year's, or maybe week 1 January we get New Year's. Halloween's maybe just, I don't know, maybe we do get the full date calendar, but we'll see. And so we've got next up we've got incident handling upgrade. The way that the user can deal with backstage incidents has been upgraded to make it more useful, user-friendly and realistic. As before, the user will be given a description of what happened together with a range of options, suspension, slap on the wrist, etc. However, each of the responses now has a much tighter definition of what you can expect to happen, with 2 key elements: how likely it is to improve the worker's behaviour and how much of a risk there is that the worker being upset by the decision. As you'd expect, this works on the principle of risk and reward. A stern warning, for example, only has 2 small probabilities of improvement, but equally only carries a slight risk of upsetting him, whereas a suspension has a high probability of improving the worker's behaviour, but will result in a morale hit most of the time. As before, the worker's personality also comes into play. So yeah, that's good. I suppose any sort of fine-tuning towards anything like that in the game is good, and can't really complain. These options are still available when it includes one person, a duo, or a clique, as we've discussed in, I believe, the Update 1 video. By making the risk and rewards much more explicit and clearly defined, this allows the user to take much more informed decision and to strategize properly. This feature ties in strongly with a number of other features, many to be revealed later in the journal, as part of the vastly improved and much deeper morale backstage control part of the game, which is one of the key parts of 2016's leap forward. So yeah, nothing more to say really. Anything like that where it's got more detail, more choice is obviously good for the game, and will make it much more playable rather than sort of repetitive. Tying in directly to the above feature, a new response type has been added to the backstage handling, Send to Rehab. This is only available for those incidents that revolve around drugs or other substance abuse issues, and only for workers who are under a written deal. Right, okay. This adds another tool to the arsenal when it comes to trying to successfully deal with workers who may have gone down a bad path. Sending a worker to rehab carries a high probability of improving his behavior and getting him to reduce or eliminate his personal demons, but comes with a mid-level chance of upsetting him, and means they become absent for 3 to 9 months while getting paid. So yeah, I think this is good. Hopefully you can sort of cure the person, but obviously there will be, I would assume, there would be a chance of them going back onto the drug. I can't remember the word for it, but there is a word. So yeah, rehab, send Jeff Hardy there, sort him out, comes back. Habit effect upgrade. In previous games, a worker's lifestyle habits were always on, i.e., if he was a heavy drinker, it would impact every match and angle that he appeared in. This has now been upgraded so that they work in conjunction with his consistency stat, meaning that the effects are more hit and miss and therefore more realistic. This is particularly the case with low doses, which have much less chance of causing an issue. This change, as well as being for realism, also makes workers with less habits less of a burden in terms of their performance, and therefore slightly more attractive in terms of higher ability. This plays into some of the other backstage features to come later in the journal, as it creates a more risk-reward balance where you can bring in talented but troubled workers to enjoy the benefits of the in-ring work, but at the expense of the possible negatives that his habits may cause backstage. In addition, smoking no longer impacts match rating, as there are many real-life smokers who don't seem to have any issues with long matches or general in-ring quality. Neither do historic, no longer ongoing drug use. Instead, these habits impact a worker's life expectancy and physical decline only. Okay, so I'm sort of in between there, especially for this last bit, where I think any smoker, and I've been a smoker before, and I know that it really does fuck with your stamina basically, and you can't run. I can't run for fucking 10 minutes, 10 seconds, never mind 10 minutes. Never mind put on a wrestling match for 20 minutes. So I'm not really sure about that, as I do think it would impact people having long matches, definitely. Although, it decreasing the life expectancy of a wrestler and the physical decline towards the end of their career is definitely something that is a good addition. But as I say, let me know what you think about that. Whether you are a smoker, whether you could put on a wrestling match. But maybe it's different when you're an athlete, I don't know. But I can't imagine there's many wrestlers that are smokers. If you know of any as well, do let me know, because I'd like to know. I know I saw a photo of Randy Orton smoking, but I doubt he's on 20 Benson a day, you know what I mean? Next up, Wrongful Termination. This is the last update of the episode. In previous games, there was a slight loophole whereby if a worker you wanted to get rid of did something minor, like fart backstage, you could choose to terminate his contract, thus avoiding paying him the money he'd have owed you from ending his contract the normal way. Well, I didn't know that, like. I have never come across that before. And not having to deal with his morale hit, as he was not on the roster anymore anyway. This was a useful but gamey way of occasionally avoiding a big severance fee, while simultaneously removing some dead weight. In TEW 2016, this loophole has been closed because workers can take legal action if they feel it was wrongful termination. If they choose to take this route, a legal claim is lodged and taken to the courts. A month or so later, a decision will be taken, either the claim is rejected, in which case nothing further happens, or is accepted, in which case the company will be liable to pay him. The amount will usually be considered higher than it would have been if you just terminated contract the normal way. And yeah, so that makes sense. Legal fees, all that. Obviously, going to court costs money, basically. And if you are found as the guilty party, I suppose, you obviously have to pay the court fees. So yeah, that's fine. That makes complete sense. I like that one. So yeah, Adam Ryland has done a good job this week overall, I think. But yeah, I didn't know about this loophole, so I'll try and exploit that while we've still got 2013. Also, I just want to close the episode with pointing out this background that you might see, Roads to WrestleMania. This is a series that I'm thinking of doing as my final series for TEW 2013, where I'll go from the start of January, which is why Ambrose has got the title and Del Rio's got the title and Reigns has got the title, as it is from January week 1, where I'm basically going to just book up to WrestleMania how I think it should have been done. I'll probably wait till after Fastlane just so I can get a few more ideas of where they've gone wrong so I can correct them. However, I will say one spoiler, and Triple H won't be winning or won't be in the Royal Rumble match. So that's something that I'm sure a lot of you would be happy with. But anyway, thanks for watching this episode. If you did enjoy it, please hit the like button. If you're excited for TEW 2016, please do the same. Subscribe for more TEW 2016, WWE 2K16 PC content and general wrestling content. Until next time, peace.